Good evening, Wisdom class. It's on to the next lesson in Chapter 2 of Weathering and Erosion. We're going to be covering pages 34 through 36, and we're going to be talking about soil. Now, the definition of soil is just the loose material on the surface of the earth, and this is where plants grow. But it's made of many different things. It's made of weathered rock, or called sediment, water, air, usually nitrogen, and decayed plant and animal material. And that decayed plant and animal is called humus. And this is what makes the dark color of the soil. This is what gives nutrients and in the soil to allow plants to grow healthy. Now, people who study soil are called pedologists. They check the different sizes of soil and make sure that there's a good balance of these different sizes, because if there's not a good balance, plants cannot grow well. There are three different types of soil particles called sand, silt, and clay. Sand is the largest of those particles, and it allows a lot of air to get in between those particles because there's a lot of space, but it also doesn't keep the water in the soil. The smallest size is clay. It holds water and nutrients very well, but it can't get the air in between the particles because they're too close together. So the middle size silt keeps a balance between the sand and the clay, so it gets the water and the air that it needs for plants to grow properly. With soil, you have what we call soil texture, and it's how much of each particle is in the soil, for instance, sand, silt, and clay. And when farmers are growing their plants, they look for what we call loam, or equal amounts of these different particles. And it's important to get the correct mixture, otherwise the plants do not grow correctly. In different plants, they need different mixtures of soil, or different kinds of loam. Okay, not only have we learned about soil particles, but we're going to learn about soil layers. And in Science 4, you learned there were three basic layers of soil. We had topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. But in this lesson, you're going to learn that there are 5 different layers of soil. The first one is called the O horizon. The O stands for organic, and this is where you're going to see plants growing. You're going to see humus, or dead plant and animal material that has been rotting. And also, you're going to see leaves that have fallen from the tree. That's called leaf litter. The next one is called the A horizon, and this is called topsoil. This is where seeds germinate, and this is where roots absorb all their nutrients and minerals. In the B horizon, or subsoil, this is mostly weathered rock and very few or very little amounts of humus. And the next one is called the C horizon. This is mostly just large pieces of weathered rock, but it's high in minerals. And the last one is called the R horizon, or bedrock, and that R stands for the regolith layer. The bedrock is what we call parent material, or the beginnings of where all rock or soil come from. Okay, Wisdom class, that's the end of this lesson. I would like you to read pages 34 to 36. And as you're reading, I want you to choose about 5 words or phrases you don't understand so you can come to class ready to discuss them. See you tomorrow.